oh yeah, this is happening. Okay, so from the keys, from the outside of the vehicle, and from the giant smile on my face, you can tell right now I am in the 2018 Ford Raptor. The stuff dreams are made of. Okay, I know this isn't a Lamborghini or Ferrari or McLaren, but if you're a car person, if you're a Ford person, you can't help but love this truck. This thing is so cool, and once you get in here and you put your hands on it, it's like, this is awesome. They got the pedal shifters up here, which you can kind of see. The stalks on this are pretty long. Most of them are just the upper part, but this goes all the way down, just as high as you see it up here. It goes down below. It also feels like it's like a billet aluminum. There's some carbon fiber accents. You know, we've done the walk around the vehicle before. You guys, we got to see inside of it. But this is going to be the first time that I've ever driven one of these, and I'm super excited, but also I'm super nervous. Not because I don't know how to drive a vehicle or I wouldn't know how to handle one of these. It's just that this, taking a Raptor out for the first time, for me, this is fun. So, well, shit, enough talking, let's do it. I mean, it feels like a regular F-150 when you're cruising. There's really no difference, I feel, between this and a regular F1. You know, it kind of feels like a lifted truck, even though there is not much of a height difference between it and a regular F-150. Now, of course, the suspension travel and things of that nature are going to be different on the vehicle than what you're going to get in a regular F-150. But other than that, there's no major differences in terms of how it feels. And this has got all-terrain tires, so you would expect it to be a big chunky ride. So far right now, we haven't made it out to the street, but it doesn't feel that way. Now, since this is a limited vehicle and we don't have a whole lot of these and we don't get them out of the showroom, I'm not going to be taking my normal route with this. It's going to be just something a little bit shorter, so I don't put any miles on it. But oh my gosh, this is so cool. A little bit now that I'm out here on the road, I can feel a little bit of the bumps more than what I could through the parking lot. But it's not a harsh ride by any means whatsoever. The thing, you can tell that it's got off-road suspension just due to the vibration of the wheels, if that makes sense. So you can feel like these things on an off-road area will bounce a little and keep you fairly stable just due to the suspension travel and the way that it's set up with these Fox shocks. But other than that, it's an F-150. You got the same amount of room as you do in an F-150. You have all the fun little doodads on the inside. You have your navigation, you have your heated and cooled seats like you do in a Lariat. You know, nothing is different outside of, you know, you got the nice little red line here on top of the steering wheel. It says Raptor embedded in the seats. And other than that, you can't really tell the difference. Now, here's the thing. The area in which you can tell the difference, I'm not going to be able to do that because this thing is built for off-road and having fun. With this being a for-sale vehicle, of course, I'm not going to be able to do that. I'm not going to be able to do the 100 miles an hour off-road or climb a hill or check all the terrain. But Ford, if you want to hook a brother up, please do so. But other than that, it's just, as a daily, it's not bad. And now that they have the 3.5 liter high output EcoBoost in here, you're getting better gas mileage and better horsepower than what you got out of the last Series 6.2. So it's a little bit more manageable as a daily driver. So you don't have to worry about it guzzling down all of your gas. So, I mean, there is that aspect of it. But if you're gonna get one of these, do you really want to daily it? Maybe. But do you want it just to live in that world its whole life? No. You want to take this thing off-road and have a little bit of fun with it. So, maybe if somebody out there is watching and you have one of these and you like to have fun with yours and you'd like to let us see what it can do, please hit us up in the comments below. I would love to see that. Even if I'm just riding shot it, you don't even have to let me drive. I'd appreciate it, but you don't have to let me. Okay, so that's just a little gravel area. Little hill there. A little bit of rough terrain, a little bit of a hill. Nothing major. Nothing that screams out that this car is an off-road beast. But just a little bit of something. It handles well. I mean, you can tell that you got that good suspension travel there on this vehicle. I just think that to really get the full extent of what this vehicle can do, you can't just take it on a test drive around the block. I don't even think that to get the full extent of this vehicle, you can take it on a test drive on the highway. This is one of those things where you need to have a course where you can see what it can do off-road before you truly get the grasp of what this car can do. And if you're in the market to get a Raptor and you like it just because it's a Raptor, then you're gonna buy this car regardless. But if you're the type of person that wants to see what this vehicle can really do, you're gonna wanna drive it on a terrain where you can kind of get a glimpse of what it can do. But I'm not gonna knock this truck at all. It's cool. You can hear it a little bit, which you can't hear the normal truck that I have. It's got a 3.5, it's not a high output, so it's not putting down as much power. Which kind of reminds me, and if it's got power, man. It's quick. I mean, it's quick. It's a truck. But it's quick for a truck. But you feel it squat in the back. This thing is really meant to dig into the dirt and off-road to really have some fun with it. So again, we're in a situation where we're in a really cool truck and it's awesome to drive this thing. But you don't get the full extent of what this thing can do. Now don't take any of my comments as the fact that I could be disappointed in the truck. I'm not disappointed in it at all. If I had the type of money to drop on a truck like this, for sure I would get it. I would also be taking it off-road immediately after purchasing this thing. I don't even need the ink to be dry on the title before this thing is getting in the mud. I'm gonna see what this thing's got. So maybe one day. I don't feel like trading in the RTR for it though. Okay, so there we have it. That is the 2018 Ford F-150 Raptor with a 3.5 liter high output V6 twin turbocharged. I love it. I really do. I really do like this truck. Like I said, you can't really feel the difference between it and a normal F-150 when you're just kind of cruising around. You really need to experience this thing off-road before you can really tell what it can do. Am I going to get that chance? Hopefully, but not with this particular model unless I decide to purchase it, which I know I can't, so no need to get my hopes up. But it is a nice vehicle. Like I said, I didn't drive it on the highway to see how it did on there. Just taking it down the street, it drives like a normal F-150, so there's nothing really that you're missing there per se. This vehicle, like I said, has to be driven off-road and through the mud before you can really experience what this thing has to offer. But as a truck, it's good. Now remember, this is a Raptor. It is limited in terms of how you can find them. Now you can find used ones out there, but if you're looking for a new one, at least in our area, they're not plentiful. This is the first one we've actually had parked on our lot for sale in quite some time. Any of them that we've had on the lot have been gone within 24 hours. A lot of them already come in sold. We had one that was even a demo truck for the general manager, and it was gone within 24 hours of putting on the showroom floor, and that thing had maybe 1,000 miles on it, 1,500 miles on it. So these things do go pretty quick. Even in the used lot, they don't stay. Now, if you're gonna get one of these new, because there's not a lot of them out there, know that there's probably gonna be some type of dealer markup. If you can get them for sticker, great, but even then, you're looking at around low 70,000 for a truck like this. If it's got fully options, I think I've seen them get up to 80, but typically they're around the low 70s for this vehicle. Then you have your dealer markup, which could be anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000. So when you get into these vehicles that are highly sought after, that don't have a lot of them out there, you're gonna see that dealer markup, which is unfortunate, but it is the name of the game. So again, there you have it. Here's the truck. I got to drive it. I like it. Really want to try it off-road. If anybody wants to help a brother out, like I said, hit me up in the comments below. Until then, peace.